All right, let's talk about a huge, and I mean huge, misunderstanding when it comes to weight loss. So many of us are just focused on that number on the scale, but that's not the whole story. Today, we're going to break down how to lose the right kind of weight, the kind of results that actually stick around for good.
So why do so many diets fail in the long run? It's a question we've all probably asked ourselves, right? You put in the work, you follow the rules, you see some results, and then, poof, the weight just seems to creep back on. The reason, more often than not, is because we're chasing the wrong goal.
I mean, for decades, it feels like we've been caught in this crazy tug of war. One minute, fat is the enemy, the next it's all about demonizing carbs. The result is just this landscape of super confusing, conflicting advice that leaves most of us completely lost. But what if the real answer isn't about cutting things out, but about focusing on one key nutrient?
Okay, so before we jump into the solution, we've got to really understand the problem. Let's pull back the curtain on what I call the weight loss trap, the very thing that causes so many diets to backfire.
This right here, this slide, gets to the absolute heart of the matter. When we just obsess over the number on the scale, we're only getting half the picture. You see, a pound of fat and a pound of muscle might weigh the same, but they are worlds apart. Losing both is not a win. The real goal, the game changer, is improving your body composition, losing fat while you hold on to that vital muscle.
And this is exactly why that muscle, or lean body mass, is so incredibly important. Think of it as your body's metabolic engine. The more muscle you have, the more calories you're burning 24/7, even when you're just sitting on the couch. So when typical calorie-slashing diets cause you to lose muscle, you're literally slowing your own engine down, which makes it harder and harder to keep the weight off. It's the ultimate self-sabotage.
So if keeping our muscle is the name of the game, how in the world do we actually do that while still losing fat? Well, that brings us to a much smarter strategy, one that's based on how our bodies are actually designed to work. And here's the big shift in thinking. This is not about some new restrictive diet. No, it's a strategic shift in your entire focus. We're moving away from obsessing over every single calorie to understanding where those calories are coming from and how they really impact our bodies.
You can almost think of it as a metabolic intervention. A fancy term, I know, but all it means is using food as a tool. We're using it to send very specific signals to our body, signals that basically say, hey, let's burn fat for fuel and let's protect, maybe even build that calorie-burning muscle.
So what's really going on inside your body when you start prioritizing protein? Let's geek out on the science for a minute, because it's actually pretty cool. Okay, so protein is basically a triple threat. It works its magic in three really powerful ways. First, it crushes hunger by tweaking your hunger hormones, which helps you feel way fuller for way longer. Second, it flips the switch on muscle protein synthesis. That's the process of building and repairing muscle. And third, and this is awesome, your body actually burns more calories just digesting protein than it does for fats or carbs. It's a total win-win-win.
And the results? Well, they can be absolutely stunning. Get this, in one clinical trial that used this kind of strategic approach, an incredible 98% of the weight people lost was pure fat. Only 2% came from their precious muscle. Now that is what high-quality weight loss looks like.
And this brings us to the ultimate goal, what scientists call a lean body mass sparing effect. All that really means is we're telling our body, hey, burn the fat, but leave the muscle alone. That right there is the secret sauce for results that actually last.
Okay, enough of the science. Let's get down to brass tacks and talk about what you can actually eat. Here is your culinary toolkit to put this whole strategy into action.
First up, let's start with the real heavy hitters, lean meats and fish. These are hands down some of the most powerful and simple ways to get high-quality protein into your day. I mean, just look at these numbers. A pretty small 3-ounce serving of chicken or turkey breast gives you this huge protein punch with, and this is key, 0 carbs. And things like salmon and tuna are fantastic because you're also getting those amazing, heart-healthy omega-3 fats. All right, next up, let's head over to the dairy aisle because there are some incredibly versatile and easy options waiting for you there. Cottage cheese is an absolute monster here, in a good way. A single cup packs even more protein than that serving of chicken we just saw. Greek yogurt is another powerhouse. And of course, you've got eggs, a classic for a reason. They give you a great protein to carb ratio. This chart really drives the point home, doesn't it? Look at how cottage cheese and chicken breast are basically tied for first place, with Greek yogurt right there on their heels. Seriously, just focusing on these three foods can be a super simple and effective way to crank up your protein intake.
But hey, what if you're not eating meat or dairy?
No problem at all.
The plant kingdom has got you covered with plenty of protein powerhouses of its own.
Check it out. Cooked edamame and lentils both offer a really solid 18 grams of protein per cup. And kitchen staples like tempeh and firm tofu are not only rich in protein, but they're amazing because they just soak up whatever flavors you cook them with.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's pull the lens back a little bit, because this is so much more than just a diet for the next couple of months. It's really a philosophy for your long-term health.
This quote just says it all, really. It's about a broader shift in health philosophy, one that values optimal function over mere absence of disease. It's about getting proactive. Instead of just trying to not get sick, the goal is to feel amazing and function at your best, every single day.
And that's really the big takeaway here. Think of your body as a high-performance machine. You just wouldn't put cheap gas in a Ferrari and expect it to run well, right? Well, your body deserves that same kind of thinking. It needs high-quality fuel to perform at its peak.
So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. The next time you're planning a meal, are you just counting calories, or are you building a better body? Because that little shift in mindset, well, it changes everything. Thanks for watching.